What's up, guys? Problems back here again. Talking about some week 3 recap here. We had some big games. A lot of things got shown, and a lot of people answered back from their big losses in week 2. The big game of the week was USC and Georgia. Georgia, I don't know if they just dropped an egg or if South Carolina is getting much better. I'm not really sure how that happened, but they came to play. Seeing rivalry games, I guess you can just never really tell exactly how somebody's going to perform, and USC definitely came out and showed them who was boss. Of course, Todd Gurley had a hell of a game. He's still my pick for the Heisman. He's a freak out there in the college football world. Ohio State answered back. TJ Barrett, I think, threw for 6 touchdowns. Granted, it's Kent State. Anybody in their high school could probably go beat Kent State, but they did come out with a big win. Barrett looked good after that disappointing loss to Virginia Tech. Nebraska answered back, playing Fresno, won pretty big. They after that near miss there with McNeese State back in week 2, they really showed up and got the job done with what they needed to do. Had a couple ones really barely get by. UCLA squeaked Texas. I know people down in Texas are really not happy right now. It's a school that demands to win, and they're not winning at all, actually. So UCLA squeaked another one. I don't know how much longer this is going to stay for them to hang in a playoff contention or even in the Pac-12 as far as getting to the championship game. When they open conference play, it might get ugly because I know I picked them to win. Might be a bonehead pick, but I don't believe they're going to be able to last much longer. Maybe 3 losses, actually. I said it, maybe 3. We'll see. That what it is for right now, 3-0. UCLA, close win over Texas. Of course, my Virginia Tech Hokies got beat. But East Carolina, yeah, wasn't pretty. I know I called it. They're known to drop that egg after a big win, and that's exactly what they did. Gave up 21 points in the first quarter, held ECU in check the rest of the game, and then gave up a touchdown at the very end after coming back and answering. Typical Virginia Tech status. So, are they back? I don't know. Are they just doing what typical Virginia Tech does? Probably. We'll see. They got a open conference play this week. Your boy right here called Louisville, Virginia. That Virginia defense is good. Virginia's been picking up a lot of recruits, and I think they're finally starting to shine as far as growing on the field and playing as a unit. They're getting it together. They got a matchup this week. I think it's gonna say a lot about Virginia as far as the team goes and where they stand in the ACC. And that's just about it as far as last week. I know I picked a couple close ones. Excel, yeah, the Georgia or the Florida Kentucky game. We talked about that one last week. Once again, the boys on top of it. Florida squeaked and maybe show that they're not as great as they can be, but they've got a big one this week, and if they can win that one, Florida's right back in the SEC talk. As far as the conference outlooks go, I think it pretty much remains the same. I don't know if we're really going to see this change at all this year. The SEC is obviously still number 1, followed by the Pac-12, very close by the Pac-12, but we can't ever figure out what's going on. Seeing how USC lost to Boston College after beating Stanford, I don't really know what happens there. I don't know if they just pulled a Virginia Tech and choked it after the big game, or if USC was just not paying attention and just dropped the game. I think they just didn't expect Boston College to come out there and win. Is Boston College going to be good in the ACC? Who really knows? Because apparently it's any given Saturday, like always. And then, of course, coming in third has got to be the Big 12. The ACC obviously showed that maybe they're not as strong as they usually, or not usually, but could be with some very disappointing losses. Yeah, and then the ACC at 4 and the Big Ten at the bottom. Got a couple things on week 4 coming up. Big games. We got Clemson and Florida State. It's going to be very interesting, I think, with Jameis Winston out for his dumb comments. I understand Young, because he sometimes I don't know what people are thinking. I don't get it, but making obscene comments on the news or whatever he did. Son, get it together. There's no reason for that. You got to be above that, and he just wasn't. But Clemson, Florida State, it's going to be a close one. I think Clemson can come out big in the first half with Jameis Winston out. And granted, football's a team sport. One player can't do it all, but I think if they can put a lot of points on the board early and give Jameis Winston something to do in the second half besides keep the clock running, I think Florida State is beatable. But Clemson's going to have an issue with that, seeing how Jameis Winston doesn't play defense. And Florida State's defense is still really good. And Clemson is questionable in some spots on the offense, especially their quarterback play. So we'll see how that one goes. Big Thursday night game, Auburn, Kansas State. Bill Snyder family. Big 12 SEC. I think they'll hang together early, but I don't think Kansas State has what it takes to beat Auburn. I think Auburn might be the real deal as far. If Auburn can win big here, seeing how they definitely have one of the hardest schedules in the country, I think that they might have the ability to go real far, as far as maybe all the way, because Alabama's got a lot of questions at quarterback, and I think that Iron Bowl is going to be big. But Auburn's got a tough schedule, so they're going to definitely one game at a time. And they got Kansas State close early, but Auburn up top later on. Nebraska and Miami. It's another ranked game for the ACC, taking on another Big Ten here. Nebraska squeaked against McNeese State and then won big last week. And Miami, who knows? It's going to be a good game. I think Nebraska can pull it out, but watch for Miami maybe to try to pull the upset on this one. Another one I'm going to call is Oklahoma, West Virginia. We haven't really keep talking about how great Oklahoma is and are they back, and people are talking about they're playing with a chip on their shoulder, and we'll see. West Virginia played really well against Alabama, and not to be a team that can be overlooked. Oklahoma should win this ball game. I don't know if it's going to be close, but it's definitely something to watch, and it could be a possible upset this week. Another one, as much as I hate to say this, UVA has BYU this week. Yeah, we know you ain't liking them. UVA's got BYU. They took down Louisville last week. It was a top 25 team, and now they've got BYU. The offense for the Cougars looks pretty good, but I think this is another one to watch. I think UVA, if they can win this game, are going to make a big statement as far as their ACC hopes go, because the defense is playing solid, and the offense started getting something going there against Louisville. So this is definitely something to watch. The boy right here is going to call it. UVA, BYU. Gonna say BYU's probably going to take it, but I think it's going to be closer than other people think. I know BYU's probably not overlooking them as much as they would be in the past. So see how that UVA defense holds up. Another one, Alabama, Florida. Florida struggled a lot against Kentucky last week, and I know that I said in last week's calls and picks that we're gonna be able to measure Florida on how they stand against an SEC team as far as speed and skill and everything else goes. So they did win. It might not have been the prettiest of things, but a W is a W. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe if Florida's defense can get something going, cause some turnovers, maybe even score some points on defense, get one of these quarterbacks rattled out there in Alabama, I think the possibility to win is there. I think they've got the tools on defense to do it. The question mark is going to be is if their offense can put points on the board and score with Alabama and let the defense go out there and play ball. It's a very good possibility Florida can win this ball game. That's about all I've got. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm not at the normal spot, and I'm ready to go out and have some fun. So this is Problems, Hokey Gnome, Travel Gnome, signing off. You guys enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here for week 5. Peace.